Second part of this paper, November 2021, variant 33. Now this time the question is about vectors. A 3D diagram is given. What we see is a pyramid. So this is a square base. That's what it says in the question. With units of site, 4 units. So this is 4 and this is 4 and this is 4 and this is 4. Coincidentally, the D is also 4 meters above the base. Unit vectors are given such and such. The midpoint of AB is M. N is the point such that find a vector equation through M and N. That means we need to find what is OM. We need to find what is ON. Now, when we talk about OA and then AM, so this first part is very simple. OM is basically 4I, and since M is the midpoint in the J direction, that is 2J. So this is 4, 2, 0. That is the answer for this part. Similarly, I can find what is DC. OD plus DC is equals to OC. OD plus DC is equals to OC. Therefore, DC is OC minus OD. OC is 4J and OD is 4K. Again, write in the proper format, that is 0 and 4 and negative 4. Now, they have given us a relationship DN is 3NC. That means if NC is 1, DN is 3. Therefore, DN is 3/4 of DC. That is what you need to take out. So therefore, DN is 3/4 of DC. DC is just written right over here, 0, 4 and minus 4. Therefore, this comes out to be 0 and this comes out to be 3 and this comes out to be negative 3. That's DN. But what is DN itself? So DN is equals to ON minus OD. And if I make the subject DN plus OD is equals to ON, my objective is ON. What is DN? 0, 3, minus 3. What is OD? OD is simply 4K. That is 0, 0 and 4. That is ON. Therefore, last but not the least, after all this effort, ON comes out to be 0 and 3 and 1. If you want to write in the IJK form, this is 0I plus 3J plus K. And if you want to write AM in the IJK form, that's 4I. That was actually already written. 4I plus 2J plus 0K. Now the working start, and I have already used up too much space. So since I'm using my iPad, so I can just play around a bit and shift everything underneath like this. That makes more sense. Now this is OM. Let me highlight it. So this is OM and this is ON like this. So they are asking us something very simple, a line through M and N. So line equation is R is equals to something plus lambda something. I can either choose OM or ON as my fixed point. So let me see which one makes more sense. As such, it doesn't make a difference which one makes more sense. I'll choose the one with lesser numbers, which is 0, 3 and 1. So this is 0 and 3 and 1. And what is lambda? What goes with lambda? The direction vector between M and N. So Mn is ON, which is 0, 3, 1 minus 4, 2, 0. This comes out to be negative 4. This comes out to be 3 minus 2 is 1. And 1 minus 0 is 1. So therefore, this is negative 4, 1, 1. And of course, there are multiple options possible. So therefore, this is the equation of the line that we were looking for. So this is the answer for this particular part. Next part. Show that the length of the perpendicular from O to this thing is this much. So draw a small diagram. This is the line MN. So somewhere here is M, somewhere here is N. This is the origin O. You drop a perpendicular like this. where it meets, let's call this thing as R. So first thing, position vector of OR, that is basically expansion of this line, which is 0 minus 4 lambda, 3 plus lambda, 1 plus lambda. 0 minus 4 lambda, 3 plus lambda, and I think the last one is 1 plus lambda. That is the first thing. The next thing is OR is perpendicular to line MN. OR is perpendicular to direction vector of MN. OR is perpendicular to, what's the direction vector of MN? Minus 4, 1 and 1. Minus 4, 1 and 1. And what is OR? This thing is OR. OR is this whole thing. So therefore OR dot product with direction vector should equal to 0, minus 4 lambda and 3 plus lambda and 1 plus lambda dot product with minus 4, 1, 1 should equal to 0. Let us find a value of lambda. So that is 16 lambda plus 3 plus lambda plus 1 plus lambda equals to 0. 16 plus 1 plus 1, that is 18 lambda, equals to negative 4. Therefore lambda comes out to be negative 4 over 18, which comes out to be negative 2 over 9. So now you get this particular value for lambda. Some people would have gotten positive 2 over 9, and that would actually be work out accordingly. The final answer would be the same. So that is lambda. Therefore, last thing, what are they asking for? They are asking for the perpendicular distance. So this time OR is 0 minus 4 lambda. So that's minus 4 into negative 2 over 9. And then it is 3 plus lambda, 3 plus negative 2 over 9. And last is 1 plus lambda. This is 1 plus negative 2 over 9. This is OR. And now you should simplify. And magnitude of OR in the exact form should give us the answer that's written over there. That's 1/3 root 82. So that is the answer that you get. So minus 4, and this is plus minus 4 lambda. So that is 8 over 9. So this one is 8 over 9. 9 3s are 27. 27 minus 2 is 25 over 9. And 9 into 1, that is 7 over 9. So therefore, I need to find the magnitude. This is still OR. So therefore, magnitude of OR, that is 8 over 9 square and 25 over 9 square and 7 over 9 square, and use the basics of maths, and then you get this answer. Next question. What is this question all about? Fx is this. Find the x coordinate of stationary point, that is differentiation. And the next part, that is integration. So it's a combo of both. So find the x coordinate of the point such and such. So I can work this thing out using either quotient rule or product rule, depending upon how you want to proceed with it. Can I write this thing as fx equals to 1 over 9 minus x multiplied with 1 over root x? I can write it like this. So basically it's a scenario of product rule. So therefore u is equals to 9 minus x raised to power of minus 1. V is x raised to power of negative half. U prime minus 1, 9 minus x minus 2, derivative of bracket is minus 1. V prime, that is minus half x, and the power reduces because this is differentiation, minus 3 over 2. So u v prime, that is 1 over 9 minus x, let me write it like this, multiplied with v prime, which is minus half x raised to power of minus 3 over 2, minus 1 over 2, and this is 1 over x raised to power of 3 over 2, which is x root x. That is uv, the first part. And then the second part, there is a plus sign, and this minus becomes a plus. This is 1 over 9 minus x, the whole thing square, and this is x raised to power of minus half. This is 1 over root x. So that's the first thing, which is f prime x. Now you have to take common out. So 9 minus x and 9 minus x whole square, something from here can be taken common out. Root x, this thing can be taken common out. So 1 over 9 minus x is taken common out. And then we have 1 over root x, that's taken common out. And this is minus 1 over 2x, the x is in the denominator. And plus sign 1 over 9 minus x. Double check everything. When we have y prime or x prime or f prime x equals to 0, 1 over 9 minus x equals to 0, no solution because it disappears. 1 over root x equals to 0, again no solution. Minus 1 over 2x plus 1 over 9 minus x equals to 0. 1 over 9 minus x is equals to 1 over 2x, cross multiply, 2x is 9 minus x, 2x plus x, 3x is equals to 9, so you get a straightforward answer, which is x is equals to 3. They're asking for the x coordinate, so this thing is done. Next part, use the substitution to integrate this thing. Limits are 0 and 4, so let me first change the limits. So first change the limits. When u is equals to root x, when x is 0, u is root of 0, which is 0. When x is 4, u is root of 4, which is 2. So these are the change limits. Second thing is 1 over 9 minus x root x. So integrate 1 over 9 minus x root x dx. Now let's get started with the substitution. When we have u is equals to root x, I can also write x is equals to u square. That's also an option. You might be needing this. And what else is there? Dx is equals to 2u du, but u is root x. So 2 root x dx. 2 root x du. So that is also the working for this one. Now, if I substitute this thing, that is 2 root x, 2u du, don't change it, my bad. So this is 2u du. Dx is 2u du. So let me write this thing. This is 2u du. This thing is changed. What is root x equals to? Root x equals to u. So therefore 1 divided by root x is u. This thing is also changed. What is 9 minus x? 9 minus x is 9 minus u square. So let me choose another color. 9 minus x is 9 minus u square because this thing is this. Now, is anything cancelling out? Yes, we are cancelling out this thing. That is, let me just highlight this. So therefore, we are cancelling out the u and the u, that is cancelling out. And now you are left with 2 over 9 minus u square du, and the limits are 0 to 2. So now it's a scenario of partial fractions. So take the 2 and just apply the partial fractions. 2 over 3 plus u, you have to factorize it, 3 minus u. That is a constant over the first factor, another constant over the other factor. Take LCM, 2 is equals to, identical to a times 3 minus u and b times 3 plus u. Let u equals to 3, so a would disappear. So 2 is equals to 3 plus 3 is 6b. So therefore b comes out to be 1/3. Let u is equals to negative 3, now b would disappear. And 3 minus 3 is again 6. So 2 is equals to 6a. Therefore, a also comes out to be 1/3. So basically, this is 1/3, 1 over u plus 3. Let me write it like this. And this is 1 over minus u plus 3. So now that's a proper format of writing it. And 2 is already taken care of. So this is 1/3. And this is 1 over u plus 3. and this is minus 1 over negative u plus 3 du. So this is 1/3 1 over 1 ln u plus 3. There's a plus sign, and now it will be converted into minus, plus 1 over negative 1 because of the u ln of minus u plus 3 plus c. And there is no plus c because the limits are there, and this is not differential equation. So this is 1/3, this is ln u plus 3 over minus u plus 3, and the limits are 0 and 2, and you have to get the final answer, which is given as 1/3 ln 5. That's good. So this is 1/3, 2 plus 3 is 5, and minus 2 plus 3 is 1, minus plug in 0. When you plug in 0, you get a 3 at the top, 3 at the bottom. So ln of 3 is 0, ln of 1 is 0, because 3 over 3 is 1, ln of 1 is 0. So therefore the final answer is 1/3 ln 5, and it's quite easily done as compared to the other questions of integration that we usually come across. So now what is this question about? Now we have reached question number 10. So in the second part we were doing 8, 9, 10 and 11. So this is question number 10. What does it say? A large plantation of tree. This looks like a differential equation question. A large plantation of area 20 kilometers square is becoming infected. Area is this much. Infected with a plant disease. At time t years, the area infected is x, and the rate of increase of x is proportional to ratio of the area infected to the area not yet infected. Okay, now let me first start thinking along this line. Infected area is x, not infected, uninfected, or not yet infected. Not yet infected area will be 20 minus x. Rate of increase of x, rate of increase of x, that is written as dx by dt. Dx by dt is proportional to the ratio of infected area, which is x at the top, and uninfected, which is 20 minus x. Dx by dt is equals to kx over 20 minus x. And this is the condition that's given. When t is 0, x is 1, dx by dt is 1. So right now t is not needed, x is 1 and dx by dt is 1. So x is 1, dx by dt equals to 1. Therefore, let me draw a line, a proper line over here. So therefore, 1 equals to k multiplied by 1. 20 minus 1 is 19. Therefore, k comes out to be 19. So therefore, dx by dt equals to, instead of k, you are writing 19. K 19x over 20 minus x, and it's quite easily done for 2 marks. It was more than 2 marks. Solve the differential equation. Show that when t is equals to 1. So one condition is when t is 0, x is 1. That is what we'll be needing over here. So let me highlight this, and this thing might be needed. And when t is equals to 1, find the value of x. The value of x satisfies this equation, such and such. Okay, let's see. So first of all, dx over this thing can be written as 20 minus x over x dx is equals to 19 dt. I've kept 19 on the right. Simplify it further. That's 20 over x minus 1, bracket closed, dx is equals to 19 dt. A sign for integration, a sign for integration. Now when you start integrating it, so you will have some ln terms. So therefore this is 1 over 1 ln x, and of course it's being multiplied with 20. Minus x is equals to 19t plus c. We have to make x the subject. First let's evaluate c. When t is 0, x is 1. When t is 0, x is 1. So 20 ln 1 minus x, which is minus 1, is equals to 19 into 0 plus c. ln 1 is 0. 19 into 0 is 0. Therefore, c comes out to be negative 1. So therefore C comes out to be -1. Therefore the equation is, let me draw another line over here. Therefore we have 20 ln x minus x is equals to 19t minus 1. So make x the subject of 20 ln x isolated. That is x plus 19t and plus 1 minus 1. Now first of all I need to plug in the value of 1 and then I'll get this equation. So let it remain as it is. Now plug in the second thing. Now t equals to 1. Therefore 20 ln of x minus x is equals to 19 minus 1, which is 18. 20 ln x is equals to x plus 18. ln x is equals to x plus 18 divided by 20. 1 over 20 is 0.05, 18 over 20 is 0.9. So this is 0.9 plus 0.05x. Do double check it. That is ln of x, and x is equals to e raised to power of 0.9 plus 0.05x, and this thing is also easily done. Use an iterative formula based in part B. So now what is part B? Part B is x is equals to 20 e raised to power of 0.9 plus 0.05x. So now make an iterative formula out of this. Write the subscript n, write the subscript n plus 1. That's how it goes. Correct to all these things and then work it out. So now I'll just write down the basic steps. Initial value have they given us? They have not given us the initial value. They have said solve the differential equations, find the value of x satisfies this equation. Now what should be my starting value? Now x is your infected area and it's proportional to the area not infected. So now we have no clue as such to what to start with. So can we start with anything, give the result with an initial value? My bad, I did not read it. So with an initial value of 2, because I was thinking that maybe it's about the infected area. So let's start with 1 or 2, something like that. So it's good that they have given us. So therefore x1 equals to 2. Therefore x2 is e raised to power of 0.9 plus 0.05 into 2. You will evaluate this value. x2 is this value. x3 would be e raised to power of 0.9 plus 0.05 multiplied by this particular value, and it should be to 4 decimal places. x3 would be this value, x4 would be e raised to power of 0.9 plus 0.05 multiplied by this value, and so on. Now let me do some calculation because sometimes people are confused in this particular part. So first of all, 0.05 multiplied by 2, that is 0.1, 0.1 plus 0.9 is 1, e raised to power of 1, that is 2.718. So shift and 1, let me write it, and let me write ln. So e raised to power of this thing. Now I don't have an electronic calculator at the scientific calculator at this moment. So basically this is shift ln and 2.718. So let me just write this value. So this value is 2.718. That is the first thing that I got. So this is 2.718 and this is 4 decimal places. So I'm just missing 1 decimal place. And then you plug in this value, you get another value. You plug in this value, you get another value. And the main thing is, people ask this question, will the 4 decimal places come out to be the same or will the 2 decimal places? The thing is, your 2 decimal places into this thing, 2 dp, and then round it off to 2 dp, and then round it off to 2 dp. If any 2 consecutive answers, if consecutive steps and the answers to 2 dp, if they are the same, then you stop the working over there. Even if you exceed further, you will notice that they are exactly becoming the same thing, and then you get the answer. Calculate the value of t at which the entire plantation becomes infected. So now your equation is x is equals to e raised to power of 0.9 plus 0.05 t. Entire plantation becomes infected, therefore x is 20. E raised to power of 0.9 plus 0.05 t equals to 20. Take ln of both sides. E raised to power of this thing is equals to ln of 20. 0.9 plus 0.05 t equals to ln of 20, and then you make t the subject, so you will find the value at which the whole plantation becomes infected. So that is the answer for this particular part. Now here comes the last part, the last question, that is complex numbers. And what part of complex numbers are these? Let's double check. The first is about algebra and trigonometry, and the second part is about shading, and then the greatest value. So this looks like a nice question. So this is complex number. The first part is algebra and trig, and this complex number again, it's about loci and it's about the greatest and the least value and so on. So now let us do this question with very much patience. So now in this question, what does it say? There is a complex number, and this complex number is denoted by such and such. So now the thing is, you have a complex number minus root 3 plus I. So u is negative root 3 plus I. If I draw a small sketch, just a small one, just to give you an idea. So minus root 3, this is the real axis. This is the imaginary axis. The diagram is called an Argon diagram. This is minus root 3 and this is I, and it's somewhere over here. If I want to find the modulus of u, that is negative root 3 whole square, coefficient of I is 1 square, 3 plus 1 is 4, this comes out to be 2. Basic angle is tan inverse of 1 over root 3, which is pi by 6. Since it's in the second quadrant, so therefore the principal argument of u, that comes out to be pi minus pi by 6, which is 5 pi by 6. Correct? And therefore we have the trigonometric form, which is r is equals to 2 bracket cosine of 5 pi by 6 plus I sine 5 pi by 6. So this is I sine 5 pi by 6. And then you have the exponential form based upon the same thing, that is r e I theta. So r is 2, e is e, I is I, and theta is 5 pi by 6. So you write the answer as it is. What else does it say? Hence show that u to the power 6 is real and state its value. Magnitude of u is 2. U raised to power of 6 magnitude is basically magnitude of u raised to power of 6, which is 64. So answer is 64, but we are not sure whether it's negative or positive. Argument of u is 5 pi by 6. Argument of u power 6, that is 6 times argument of u, that is 6 times 5 pi by 6, that is 5 pi. Now rewrite in the trig form again, u to the power 6, that is 64, a cosine of 5 pi plus I sine 5 pi. So when you will use a calculator, sine of 5 pi will come out to be 0, and cosine of 5 pi will come out to be negative 1. So therefore this negative 1 multiplied by 64, therefore this comes out to be negative 64, which is a real number. So that is the working for this part. Now let's go to the loci part. You have to draw a half line. Argument of z, it's a half line, and its starting point is the origin. No, it's not the origin. This is argument of z minus u. What is u? minus root 3 plus I. So starting point is minus root 3 comma I. And there are two angles, one is 0, one is pi by 4, both are inclusive. Real part of z is less than or equal to 2. So if z is x plus iy, that is z. Real part of z is x, therefore x is less than or equal to 2. You have to draw an inequality. So let's get started. That is the line like this, and since they would be asking for the greatest value, so let me draw a big one, something like this. And this is negative root 3 is somewhere here, and this is I somewhere here. This is the real part, this is the imaginary part, and somewhere here is 2. Okay, let me mark this as a dot, and let me draw two half lines emerging from this point. One is the orange one like this, and 45-degree angle, something like this. That is the first thing. Second thing is, draw a green line for 2. So this is like this 2, and the shaded region is this thing. First of all, they're asking, shade the region whose points represent complex numbers satisfying z. I'm not shading it right now, I'm just giving you an idea. This is the shaded region. After my calculation is done, then I'll do the shading region. Or let me make a copy of this. So therefore, let me do the working from the greatest value of modulus of z. So what is the modulus of z? So modulus of z means a maximum value of distance from origin for points in the shaded region, because it is with respect to this. So therefore the shaded region is there. That means the maximum value would be something like this at this point. That is for sure. So let me label this point as A, let me label this point as B, let me label this point as C. That's the first thing. Now, in order to find this distance, I need to find something else. I need to think something else. This angle is 45 degrees. Therefore, AB and BC are the same. So magnitude of AB is the same thing as magnitude of AC. What is magnitude of AB? Magnitude of AB is basically this plus this, which is 2 plus root 3. That's the magnitude of AB. Now, what else am I looking for? I am looking for the greatest value. So the greatest value has to be found out using Pythagoras theorem. So basically, let me choose a color. There is orange, purple, green, and let me choose something like this, deep blue. So this thing would be the greatest value. So let me draw it again. This origin is O. This is not the origin. So let me label A, B, C, D. So DC would be the greatest value. DC magnitude would be the greatest value of modulus of z. So last part is the difficult one. Now we have this thing, but actually it's from the origin, my bad. So it's not DC. Let me just erase this. Okay, that's good enough. So let me write this thing. So last part would be something like this because it's from the origin. So therefore let me draw it like this. So this is OC, because this thing is OC magnitude, that is greatest value of modulus of z. Now how do I calculate this thing? This is your origin O. If I have this thing as 2 units, I have this thing as 1 unit, I have CB, that's the same thing as this thing. CB, do I have CB? We have CB because AB and BC, because of isosceles, is the same. AB equals to BC. So let me correct this thing. This is BC. So this is BC. So therefore, we have a triangle BC is 2 plus root 3. Got the idea? So now this point, this is O, A, B, C, let me call it D. So OD is 2 units. So now a new triangle is there. And let me label this thing, but doesn't make a difference which colors I choose. So this is O, this is D, this is C. So O and D is 2 units. DC is 2 plus root 3 plus 1. So this is 2 plus root 3 plus 1, which is 3 plus root 3. Of course, you can use a calculator. 3 plus 1.732, that is 4.732. Therefore, I'm looking for OC. So OC magnitude is 4.732 square, and this is 2 square, and this is under root. So when you use a calculator, you will get the final answer, which after rounding comes out to be 5.14, correct to 3 significant figure. So basically, I think the A-level examiner is checking how much of O-level maths do you remember. It's basic O-level maths. So if you can handle your geometry, which most people have forgotten, so you can do well in this particular exam. That finishes November 2021, variant 33, the P3 paper. Stay tuned for more.